Dr. Khalid Muhammad.
Oh, say, can you see white folks oppressing me as they spew for their lives and plan my people's demise, whose broad stripes and bright stars represent all the stars inflicted upon our race, a great people displaced. Now the time has come for the revolution as we march through the night and take all of their lives. Barbie land and red and black and green, African flag wave. When we win the victory, forever
We as black people need to unite. We need to get together as soon as possible. We're being smoked and killed by these pigs every single day. Driving while black, walking while black, breathing while black. They gun us down in the street.
Fresh boots for the new recruits. I raise an arm and a salute as I address the troops. They say black riders is extreme, that's how we gotta move. And tell the truth, we've been betrayed, so now we sucker proof. Niggas hating cause we do it like no other do. They throwing shade, we still shining like the month of June. Let these suckers speculate while we keep making moves. We pace across the nation, drop power state. The number twos bring terror to the state, cause we propagating in the booth. Asthmatic with the flow and spreading like the flu. We military campaign on the track. Most of niggas in the game seeking fame in they raps. Guess the grain breaks psychological chains with these facts. Stick a move on these haters, launch a counter-attack. Learn the lessons from the past, so we sticking with the jab. Keep these suckers at a distance while we execute the task.
We must pick up the gun and aim it in the right direction. For far too long, we as black people have been tricked, bamboozled, and manipulated by the evil, racist demons who run this country, who run the United States of America. These demons have caused massacres and mass amount of slavery. Back in the days on the plantation, the most rebellious leader will be drugged in front of the plantation. All the slaves will be brought out the hut. We as black people have been bust upside the head, drugged from Africa, and forced in chains to pick cotton for these bust-ass demons. It's time for us to get together and unite.
This rap is revolutionary African propaganda scattered throughout the entire planet. Communication device like antennas and satellites. Every time I grab the mic and recite what I write, it's like lyrical spirituals of enslaved ancestors round the campfire plotting how to defeat the oppressor. We're youth, we're the root of the revolution. We need wealth redistribution to control our institutions. We're ruthless, rebellious warriors, black riders. The spirit of Tupac is inside us, it's thug life. I represent the resurrection of insurrection. It's time to criticize the unjust with the weapon.
He will be brutally assassinated for rebellious activity in order to instill fear into our people. For far too long, generation after generation, we have been instilled with this fear. We have been instilled with this cowardice. Now it's time for us to stand up and get together and represent black power every hour. We represent the Black Rock, which is the new generation Black Panther Party for self-defense. We recognize the old generation. The old Black Panther Party got brutally assassinated by the evil demons. COINTELPRO and J. Gay Edgar Hoover. He pushed in the crack cocaine, had Hewitt, and everybody smoking dope. Now we recognize what's going on. Now we see that you manipulated us and pumped guns into our community. They smuggled these things into the black community to confuse us, to trick us, and to banging on each other. Now we aware, we are conscious. We recreated the Black Panther Party because it was a need to retaliate on the evil demons. On this mic you gonna hear today, Comrade, Minister of Public Relations, E-Rep, to get at y'all, to make y'all understand what needs to be understood. This is Sergeant Scar, our ground force commander. He coming through banging on y'all, letting y'all know the truth, busting you upside your head and breaking falsehood open.
War and Black Power. War for Black Power. War is the only way to attain Black Power. So we are here every Warrior Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as a courtesy, as a remedy, as an ode to those who have walked this African retributionary pathway before us. And it's in those illustrious spirits, those warrior ancestral spirits, that we trek after, that we greet you with the greeting word of war. Welcome to the Black Survive or Die class, right here on Do Knowledge Radio, every Warrior Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, by our 5-star general of the Khalid Militia, a warrior who answered the war cry over 30 years ago, close to 35 years ago, who stood for us and continues to stand for us without compromise, whether we love him or we hate him, whether we honor him or we dishonor him. I'm speaking about one of the boldest, if not the boldest, Black men on the face of the planet right now, the Black Dragon himself, General King Samir Shabazz. This war cry, this war rallying cry, this distinguishing cry is not for the faint of heart. So it's my duty and responsibility to open this class. And I've opened this class for 6 years. There have been other programs that have come and have gone on this platform. This program on Warrior Wednesday is either a qualifier or a disqualifier for those who seek entrance into this platform. So if you are looking to come to this platform and you cannot handle Warrior Wednesday, your ass need not apply or seek admission in any facet, shape, or form to come to this platform. This is the war cry. This is the qualifier. So I'm going to open this class as I await our general's arrival, as I am ordered to. I'm going to read. We're going to get into some things. The smoke would see, the eyes would see the smoke will look for fire. African proverb. Let's get into this explanation. It is because of what has happened to virtually every African warrior of worth in this oppressive anti-African reality that we so easily expect the defenders of our dignity and honorable place in the human landscape of time to not speak truth or finally betray their words once they are challenged by agents of the dominant power. We expect them to either be quiet, imprisoned, intrinsically ostracized, or assassinated. We expect them to either be quiet, imprisoned, stringently ostracized, or assassinated. And this is why most of them, who are in their heart of hearts so proud and respecting of them, hoping that they will win, but themselves not courageous enough to believe in the possibility of liberation, not courageous enough to believe in the possibility of liberation, become so surprised and impressed when these heroes and sheroes of the African way refuse to stop speaking truth, knowing that they may painfully and immeasurably suffer and die for it. Become so surprised and impressed when the heroes and sheroes of the African way refuse to stop speaking truth, knowing that they may painfully and immeasurably suffer and die for it. Such emboldened spirits are so unusual in a culture of liars and unprincipled weakness that it causes awe and shock in those witnesses, when in reality, it should be the norm. The affirmation states, I uncompromisingly defend the dignity and honor of African people. This rallying cry, this charge to make this declaration, to make this statement, I uncompromisingly defend the dignity and honor of African people. So we have a misconception that's going on, that defending African people, your duty and responsibility in defending African people is teaching them the truth alone. That's it. Your duty and responsibility begins and ends there. And this is what you have grown accustomed to. You have not grown accustomed to those who have walked in these trenches, those who have resurrected people from a mentally dead state, emotionally dead state, a spiritually dead state. You have not been amongst those warriors who have suffered and lost loved ones and been betrayed by loved ones. This white supremacy epidemic, addiction, you have not seen its hold and its shape and its form and its take on African people, and you have not seen what these white supremacist junkies will do for another hit from this pipe. The treachery, the deceit, the lies, the fear, the backstabbing. You have not seen it work. You only heard about this shit. You have not lived it. In most cases, you may have only read about it. If you read about it, books are written based off of research and experience, and oftentimes more research than experience. Because after you have experienced this full throttle, you don't want to fucking write about it. Because in order for you to write about it or to recall it, you have to relive it all over again. 25 years I've been in these trenches. All over the planet. Different aspects, spaces and places, circumstances. How have you spent your time on the planet? Where is your blood, sweat, and tears, your sweat equity for your people? Have you spent night and day with your people? Have you ever seen somebody trying to kick a heroin addiction? Somebody trying to get off of drugs? Somebody trying to get off of sugar? What does that require from me? Now multiply that times 1,000, and then you'll know what it's like trying to get some African mind free from the hell and the destructive nature that's attached to white supremacy, to white people, to white families, and everybody in between on the spectrum. All of our enemies, even the enemies amongst self, all holding space for the invading mental, emotional, psychological, and physical forces of our enemies, giving them quarter in their being, giving them quarter in their speech, giving them quarter in their behavior, giving them quarter or shelter or safe passage, and act out their bidding against us. Understand, if there was no war, no warriors would exist. Because war is here, because war is happening in defense of those who cannot defend themselves, the warriors are enlisted to fight the battle. The battle for the minds and hearts is layered. You can free a mind and a heart, and you still have no heart and no mind. Because that's the sucker cop-out excuse. We here for the hearts and minds of African people. What about the death of our enemies? If you're not freeing hearts and minds for the devastation and destruction of our enemies, what the fuck are you out here doing? We out here, I seen the pictures. Everybody posting up. Happy G Day, happy C Day to Tupac. You ain't did what Tupac did. He was politicized from a child. Everything that his mother did in the movement, she brought it home to her family. She raised them up. She trained them up. And no matter what you've seen out there in the public eye, he stood. He stood until his death. He didn't just talk. He drew his weapon. Not in the defense of his life, in the defense of someone else's life. Don't talk to me about no Huey and no George and you don't see no Tupac. Don't tell me about revolutionary suicide or to die for people or blood in my eye and you ain't got no blood in your eye for what the fuck is going on with African people and who the fuck is responsible for it. You ain't walked out here. You ain't been in these trenches. You ain't suffered for it. You ain't been betrayed for it. You ain't been sent up for it. Talking about these warriors like they fucking party favors. Scared to death to be around somebody even speaking truth, let alone doing something about it. You dishonor those warrior ancestors that you descend from, that you love to claim so much. Don't tell me about no Haiti. That's why you rocking that flag. That's why you claiming that power. That power decimated enemies. They ain't try to live with them. They ain't try to vote for them. They ain't try to sit in with them with their arms locked at fucking lunchroom tables and shit like that. They ain't try to get a better deal. They eradicated them. The only downfall was allowing them to escape. You don't allow your enemy to live, to retreat, to surrender. They will never let you retreat or surrender. They will never let you retreat nor surrender. They will never let you retreat nor surrender. You don't believe me? Do the knowledge. How many unarmed black men, women, and children died? Unarmed, non-threatening. How many died trying to flee police custody? They will never let you retreat nor surrender. What the fuck do you think is going on here? What kind of trauma is associated with black life in America? African people across the globe, wherever the fuck we are at war. We are being warred upon and warred against with no retribution. Look at your loved ones and imagine burying them, from the youngest to the eldest. Understand what the fuck is going on and what time it is. And if you ain't got the heart to do it, support the ones who got the fucking heart to do what you can't do, you incapable of doing. And stop running your fucking mouth out here. Got no skin in the game. Got nothing in the streets. The only thing you got to offer is a digital footprint. No evidence. No time. No evidence. No time. No building. No rebuilding. No reestablishing. No conquest. Just a bunch of suspect ass behavior followed by a bunch of suspect ass conversation that's ambiguous and counter retributionary. You're not paying tribute. You're not paying homage. You ain't shedding no blood on no level. I uncompromisingly defend the dignity and honor of African people. In order to defend that, you got to know what the fuck that is. What's the dignity and honor of African people? What have you been seeing? Where is the dignity? Where is the honor of African people that we're supposed to be defending? some Walmart dashikis in African names. Africa being raped and pillaged. No restoration for Africa, no redeeming of Africa, of the land, of the people, of its culture, of its ancestral lineage, of its traditions, up for sale. How many people have to come to us in that spirit of insurrection? Because it's Tupac today. It'll be Tupac today. It won't be shit for Baba Steve Copley Sr. Peace and blessings upon him tomorrow. It won't be nothing for him. The one who taught us and trained us to name the names. Who gave us a rude awakening against system. So when you say shit like systematic racism or system of racism, white supremacy, that's unidentifiable. When you start naming names, addresses, and phone numbers, you understand where the war is and who the war is with and how the war is waged. So when you start talking about the dignity and honor of African people, you understand how the war is waged on a multitude of levels. And that means that you're not equipped and prepared for battle. You are combat ineffective. So the actualization and the reality and the necessity of this Warrior Wednesday class is to bring you back to your African retributionary insurrection mind. Because we're out of it. We are out of it. 6 years for me on the platforms. And this was a necessity since day 2. Over 2,200 episodes ago. I ran to who y'all ran from. Because when revolutionaryhood and militancy is popular, you want to go with the popular people. Oh no, don't think we don't see your flyers, who you invite to speak on certain shit, who you have celebrations with, and these chumps and suckers y'all have on these flyers. We see you. We see you. The real ones see you and laugh. We see whose trainings you want to go to, who you want to be trained by. What's their ideology? What's their psychology? How do you feel about African retribution? You pay money to go there, and we here every Warrior Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Been here for the last 6 years or more on this platform, in this space. And this shit don't replace the work that's being done in the street. These books don't replace what the fuck got to be done in the street. All of the books and the quotations and the lectures and all that, none of that shit replaces what the fuck got to be done in the street. And either you able to do it or you unable to do it. So for everybody out there running a fucking mouth and ain't got no skin in the game, put up or shut the fuck up. So at this time, becomes my honor and privilege and duty To introduce some, present to others our 5-star general of the Khalid Muhammad militia, the Black Dragon himself, my brother and neutron bomb, General King Samir Shabazz.
Wartime, 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 wartime. God damn it, it's wartime. We use peace and power, love and light, everyone. Grand rising. Shut the fuck up. It's wartime. And during the time of war, warriors carry themselves accordingly. So I want to know, where's the peace? Remember that old commercial, where's the beef? Where's the peace? Because there's no peace among Peckerwoods, there's no peace amongst Chinky Eye, there's no peace amongst the Mexicans, there's no peace amongst the Puerto Ricans, there's no peace, goddamn it, even amongst our own self. Ain't no damn peace. Peace is nothing but a fantasy. Nothing but a damn fantasy. Damn, King Samir, you said peace is a fantasy? You damn right. Because niggas only get peaceful when they're around white folks. You live in this fantasizing peace. This new age fucking rainbow world. Black power. Welcome. The Survive or Die class on Warrior Wednesdays. So before I go any further, let me open up with our O'Day to the flag. Here's to the flag of mine, the red, black, and green. Hopes in the future bright, Africa has seen. Here's to the red of it. Great nations shall know of it in times to come. Red blood shall flow of it. Historians shall write of it. Great flag of mine. Here's to the black of it. 800 million back of it, whose destiny depends on it. The red, black, and green of it. Oh, flag of mine. Here's to the green of it. Young men shall dream of it. Face shot and shell for it. Maidens shall sing of it. Waving so high, here's to the whole of it. Colors bright and pole of it. Pleased is my heart with it, regardless of what is told of it. Thank God for giving it. Great flag of mine. Ashe. Now, I want to talk about a few things before I get into the warriors' accountability. So apparently you niggas still have not realized what Juneteenth is all about. Once again, niggas have barbecued the whole ideology of Juneteenth. not only did you niggas just barbecue it out, you niggas have started inviting Peckerwoods to goddamn Juneteenth events to speak, to perform, to just to be around. God damn it, we can't have shit black. It's always one that still finds the need in 2021 white confirmation. So I want to know, which one of you niggas did this? Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't lie. Juneteenth is not about barbecuing. First of all, let's start with that shit. Juneteenth definitely is not about inviting your Peckerwood friends to an event that is supposed to remember, pay homage, restore, and retribute. It ain't got nothing to do with putting no big ass slab of pork ribs on no fucking grill. Got nothing to do with pouring some fucking Henny out. Got nothing to do with twerking in public on police cars. Got nothing to do with being fake African that day. None of that shit. But once again, we water everything down when it pertains to our own culture, to our own mores, our own norms. We water the shit down. Not only water it down, you integrate. So you can't have just one cup of black coffee in your life. Every damn cup of coffee you pour down your nigger throat gotta be integrated. Even the dick you suck, faggot. You know, I said to y'all last week, treason goes a long way. There are many degrees, different degrees to treason. And when you partying like a fucking rock star at Juneteenth, just, it's a family affair and with white folks at Juneteenth. Is that not treason? Should not your fucking head be rolling down somebody's goddamn street? I'm so sick and tired of you treasonous. And it's even sadder because you commit treason on a daily basis and you're comfortable with it because nobody has checked you or killed you. Treason goes a long way. And many of you who claim to be centered, we're going to deal with that in a minute. Many of you motherfuckers who claim to be African-centered Ain't got no damn center. Ain't no African in your ass. You just going round and round, going along just to get along. Centered means you have a foundation that's unreckoning, indestructible. Your center represents Shabazz. Unannihilatable. Ain't no compromise. Ain't no goddamn Dixie flag in one pocket and the red, black, and green under your shoe some goddamn way. Treason goes a long way, homie. Long way. So let's think about it. Every time you see a two-legged dog bitch, y'all may call them white women. I call them bitches. And you staring, looking at the ass of that crap. That's treason. Every time you fucking stare at a white woman's ass, you are committing treason. Oh, I'm going to slap you in the face tonight. Yep. Every time you staring at Susie Runwickle, you are committing treason, black man. Oh, sister, don't think you getting away. Don't think you getting away, black woman. Because I see all these white boys, sisters, y'all be slobbering out the motherfucking mouth open. And I'm talking about these so-called myots. The myotic fucking thoughts. Bad winching. When it comes to Ricky, Johnny, one chick, I remember, she said she would fucking have all of Johnny Depp's kids. Treason. And I'm not talking about the blind, deaf, and dumb ones. I expect that foolishness from them. God, I'm talking about the ones the dashiki wears. The head wraps and the fucking jewelry all on your forehead and coming all down your face and all the fucking weirdo shit. The prayer warriors. Let's just pray, brother. Shut your ass up. Because if prayer was going to kill some white folks, God damn it, we would have been praying all motherfucking day, every goddamn day, years ago. Treason. So let's look at it. The warrior's accountability. Order requires rules. That means to enforce them and a system of a social accountability that binds members of society to each other under the rules. Rules define this order. You niggas are unruly. You got no discipline. You have no order. Oh my goodness. Boy, listen. This means of enforcement guarantees it is preserved. And a system of social accountability normalizes it. So can we start normalizing that shit? Since y'all want to be so fucking weird, how about we get fucking normal for a change? Generally speaking, accountability is having a personal sense of responsibility. Uh-oh, you niggas hate that word. Responsibility, personal sense. Which one of the senses? All of them. Personal sense of responsibility to abide by these rules and to assist in enforcing them against those members of the group who are unwilling or unable to conform to them. Oh yes, we're talking about treason. Watch. It is to personally feel responsible for answering to and protecting the order these rules establish. However, for any sovereign people, accountability is much greater than just knowing a socially agreed upon set of rules and believing that all citizens should feel obligated to follow them. Accountability is greater than just writing some shit and making everybody believe. Now, having an unbreakable, unqualified loyalty to their group and their group alone is assumed to lie in the hearts of all group members. Uh-oh, there lies a problem. You niggas are unloyal as fuck. I'm giving you time to think about it in yourself. Because I know that was just, that bomb hit your ass pretty hard, didn't it? You have no loyalty to nothing. Not your organization or your little faction or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You have no loyalty to no one or not a goddamn thing. And wonder why we ain't free? It's you treasonous niggas. See, I expect the cracker to do what crackers do. Because he's the cracker. You don't know this cracker like I know this cracker. See, you know this cracker on the surface. And you make excuses for that. See, I know this cracker to his psychotic mindset. I know this cracker to the reason this motherfucker was even made. See, you still on the surface. You still at face value. So when a cracker smile at you, little extra oomph in his smile, you think it's sincere. See, you don't know this fucking venomous snake like I know this fucking venomous snake. A snake is a snake. Don't care how beautiful it looks. Don't care about the wonderful patterns it may have. that motherfucker will tear you up. Suck all the life right out of you. Squeeze the life out of you. Ain't this white man squeezing the life out of you every single day? And you're comfortable with it. You don't mind. Cracker just robbing you blind every day. You don't mind. Take my money, Mr. White Man. You deserve it. All this goodness and greatness you gave niggas in America? Here, Mr. White Man, take my extra $50 I make every day for overtime. With all your goodness and mercy. You gave us Christmas, Mr. White Man. You gave us Easter and Thanksgiving and the 4th of July, sir. You even gave us Juneteenth, Mr. White Man. Now you can come and have your way at Juneteenth. We leaving hell. We'll sell you some dashikis for you to hell. We'll even put it on you at Juneteenth. We'll braid your fucking nappy, trifling ass dog hair at Juneteenth. We'll even twist it up and put some beeswax on it and give you some dreadlocks at Juneteenth, Mr. White Man. This is how fucking sick we are, Mr. White Man. Accountability. Accountability then means to have a genuine sense of belonging to your particular group. This is why, another reason why y'all ain't loyal to shit, because you don't feel worth anything. I've literally watched so-called leaders run good people, man. Good soldiers out of the fucking organization. Why? Because they constantly calling, begging for money. Give me, brother, can you give? Sister, can you give? Give, motherfucking give. So these folks is like, wait a fucking minute. All I'm doing is giving. I don't belong here. Y'all just want me for my damn money. And let these niggas lie to you right in your face. Right in your fucking face. Lie. Y'all know who I'm talking about too. Lie in your damn face. Hold on. I had to tighten up my little phone piece here. All right. Ran away good people. The meism. The meism will run anybody out of your damn organization. Let's talk about the perverts in the organization. Man, some of y'all niggas need to kill. And I'm just gonna say it. Because when the sisters don't feel protected in the organization, there is a problem. This means some of you niggas is sucking somebody's dick in the ranks. If the sisters cannot feel protected and respected in the organization, it's a bunch of fucking faggots in the organization. See, you're not going in the Nation of Islam disrespecting no MGT and think you're gonna live to fucking talk about it. Gotta respect it, man. Gotta respect it. They will kill you over an MGT at any age. They will kill you. And they make it plain. We will kill you over these MGT. Why do you think the Honorable Elijah Muhammad set up the Nation of Islam to the point where the men and the women cannot even sit together in the meeting? But you go to church, y'all can sit, finger bang, and play with your balls all in church and do whatever you want. Just have a grand old party. And behind closed doors end up being a fag fest. It requires you to believe that you have a valuable stake in the survival of your group. And it is a heartful duty bound by timeless common imperatives and real or imagined, as in the case of mental blood. Through the eyes of nationalists. Through the eyes of nationalists, accountability requires people who sincerely feel obligated to each other for their past, present, and future. They must see each other joined as one mind, one body, and one spirit in the destiny of their lives and livelihood. Having accountability only becomes an issue when the rewards individuals receive for being loyal originate outside their group. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Y'all know what that means, right? I really don't have to expand on that, do I? When your rewards for being loyal come from an outside. Who could that outsider possibly be? I know. Officer Cochise. Y'all know who he is, right? He's the motherfucker who's been, I guess, surveilling me since, what, the 90s? He's the motherfucker who came to me, y'all, and asked me to help him locate basically and snitch on Auntie Asada. Yes, you did, Officer Cochise. Yes, you did. You motherfucker, you. Yes, you did. Yeah. So y'all better watch who your outsider friends are. When they come from an external group that is oppressing and exploiting these individuals, the effect can be more than devastating. So, based on our definition of accountability and the decisive role of responsible leadership to the possibility of our people's liberation, empowerment, and sovereignty, we must have to conclude that the so-called leadership in the Black community lacks all sense of accountability to us. Am I lying? Let the motherfucking church say I'm in Ra. I don't need to call him out, do I? Well, this is in remembrance to Baba Steve Coakley, and he did teach us knowledge to name the names. So let's start with Malik Zulu Shabazz, the biggest fucking Black nationalist fraud on the so-called front line today. He's a motherfucking liar. Lacks all sense of accountability. A fraud. I said it. It ain't shit to debate about. And still out here fraud. I don't give a fuck about you niggas. Treason is treason, and it has to be dealt with in this fucking weak-ass so-called conscious community. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Ain't no goddamn conscious community, fool. You niggas can't even smoke a damn blunt together without banging on each other. Shut up. No fucking community. Bunch of ignorant niggas around each other, maybe. But ain't no conscious community, no fucking way. It is obvious that these leaders are disloyal because of their deep menticide and the fact that their rewards and punishments originate outside the motherfucking community. You heard what I said. Sadly for them and most lay people, you know, the lay people just lay down and do whatever Malik say. I mean, do whatever you niggas say. There is no meaningful or permanent allegiance to the race or each other because they have come to accept that race is irrelevant, which is nothing more than a deadly lie fostered by Western anti-African extreme individualism. I'll let it sink in your head for a hot second. I know that was a bit much. You ready? In fact, in our community, loyalty has become a fucking liability. That's a damn shame. Loyalty has become a liability. A self-hating allegiance to others has become so deeply ingrained in you that those of us who express any sense of racial loyalty are scoffed at as extremists and kept away from those most in need of our assistance. Ready? We know that there are Africans without a sense of loyalty and obligation to us. Many who live deeply menocidal lives in desperate search of an enemy's love, demonstrate an accountability to anyone except their own. This I know, This we must never forget. You dig? Now, however, we are not menticidal. And there is no such thing as an African nationalist without accountability, a personal obligation and duty to the people of one's nation. Our deep sense of racial national accountability also embraces those ancestors who set the standard. Who set the standard. I'm not talking about you fucking Arthur Ashe Negroes. You Langston Hughes motherfuckers. You goddamn Bayard Rustin supporters. I'm talking about my ancestors who raised the frequency of warriorhood. Ready? All right. Our deep sense of racial and national accountability embraces those ancestors who set the standard by selflessly fighting. Fighting. Write it down. F-I-T. Fighting. You know, y'all scared of that word. That word you fear absolutely the most, besides white. Fight. White. Fight. Fight. White. Simple, ain't it? But you just such a fucking coward. I know. Listen. Selflessly fighting to maintain the integrity of our people. More than any other members of the African nation, we owe them. And furthermore, because we are mentally, physically, and spiritually our ancestors, accountability is naturally built into our genes. The word nationalist specifies nation. And a nation is a people who hold themselves accountable to each other. Who do you hold yourself accountable to? Your baby daddy? Your punk ass baby daddy? Who's scared to fight because he's scared of white? Or how about your bed-wrenching ass girlfriend? Who's scared to fight because she's scared of white? Who do we hold each other accountable to? Because I don't trust none of y'all with my goddamn life in your hands. Hell no. I'm just being honest. Hell no. You must be crazy. As much shit, much bullshit and what? I ain't smoked that pipe. Sorry. I'm good. Without this national sense of interpersonal responsibility, we could not speak of treason. If it did not exist, any question of betrayal would automatically become treason against what or whom. Not having concrete, indisputable, physical, mental, and spiritual national parameters is the single most important factor subverting accountability amongst African people. Parameters are boundaries. These rules of contact and interaction establish unchangeable, unqualified social borders. For good reason, they identify lines that are never to be crossed. Lines that are never to be crossed. Boy, that's a whole nother book. That's a whole nother book of shit. It's sad because we got to keep coming back to fucking pre-K and pulling you up and pulling you up, and you grown as hell and should know the fuck better by now. And again, I'm not talking to the blind, deaf, and dumb. I'm talking to the woke, conscious nationalists. What kind of fucking sense is this making here? I gotta come to wake up those who say they already woke. And the ones who sleep, stay asleep, because every goddamn week I gotta keep coming back, whooping ass on those who say they woke. They're conscious. They're empowered. They're centered. You ain't shit. Parameters are the absolute borders beyond which we do not think to cross, because we know they will take and keep us far outside of who we are at the core. They mark the dividing line between those things which reflect and speak to us and those we refuse to accept as normal, faggot, and natural for us simply because they are wrong. They identify those groups of individuals who we must distance ourselves from. So you niggas keep running around here talking all this black unity and black. Shut up. Because everybody ain't meant to be unified. And I'll be goddamn if I sit at some fucking table with a bunch of motherfucking snakes. I don't give a fuck. And I know you a damn snake. So let me put it out there. Any motherfucking cipher Malik Zulu Shabazz is in, do fucking not contact me to come sit down in that fucking cipher. Fuck you, fuck him, and that cipher. How about that? God damn it, he don't represent Khalid Muhammad. Fuck you think this is? Don't invite the Khalid Muhammad militia with none of these pussy ass niggas. None of them. Talib nigga, Atunde, whatever the fuck his name is, yo bitch ass too. I don't sit at no table with pussies. Especially ones I ain't fucking. Or at least about to. But you get the point. I'm gonna wear you motherfuckers out from now on. wearing your asses out. I told you don't fucking play with me. I warned you. Accountability requires an agreement about who we are and what we are not, and who we should and should not keep in our company. African nationalists have a core set of parameters. Those which identify who we are not and what we should not do include Europhilia. If you don't know what that is the love of Europeans and everything about them and their culture and their fucking society. So this is why it's so easy for you to commit treason every single goddamn day. You have now been diagnosed with Europhilia. Negrotitis or negroitis and being homosexualized, acceptance and participation. Within a warrior's community, there can be no crackers, no Negroes, and no fucking faggots. How y'all say it? Period. Oh boy. Let me read that again. Within a warrior's community, the community is the mind. Within your head, fool. This is your first community right here. There can be no Europhilia, no Negroitis, and no fairy processing. You can't say you stand for African sovereignty, but you sucking somebody's fucking dang-a-lang in the back seat of the car. You a boy and he a boy. I hope you're getting it. See, in case you haven't noticed, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. Truly don't. Within a warrior's community, there can be no Europeans, no Negroes, homosexuals, or promos, those who pretend not to be homo, but defend the homosexualization of Africans even more fiercely than those who are openly faggot. There is absolutely no discussion on these points for African warriors. Individualism, as practiced and glorified in Western society, is another major factor undermining accountability within the Black community. A single-minded focus on self makes working now for the benefit of future generations illogical. Everything is about one's immediate self for individualists. This worship of self is truly an exceedingly self-centered ideology and interpretation of reality based on a philosophy of instant gratification. See, this is why I don't fuck with a lot of y'all. One of my main reasons. A lot of you niggas, so-called leaders, are stuck on the me. It's all about me, 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 me. Shut your ass up and sit your ass down. Because I'm trying to get free. Meism rules the minds of individual Africans who are, for all intents and purposes, divorced from the people. Such individuals drown in their own pool of manufactured, insatiable appetites, a psychological condition which could easily lead them to become, here it is, traitors. So you think about it. Think about it. Didn't Mobutu sell out Lumumba in one of the most atrocious goddamn ways, man? Didn't Bayard Rustin sell out Martin Luther King? Didn't Warfdeen Muhammad sell out his father? But y'all want to talk about it. Y'all don't want to have that conversation. I could name a few more names, but I'm going to move on. In every society, traitors are dealt with severely. For certain treasonous acts, corrections could range from being ostracized to expulsion. However, the most heinous traitors receive capital punishment throughout the world. It should be no different for those who commit treason against the African nation. I don't think y'all hearing me. Why is it so different for the so-called revolutionaries to make fucking spectacles of these treasonous bastards who are right amongst us every single day? And you send your money to these motherfuckers. You give your time to these motherfuckers. You sacrifice everything like I have to these motherfuckers. And what do you get in return? What do you get in return from these motherfuckers? Disrespect. Finding yourself alone. This shit ain't no game, man. This shit ain't no. However, because Western society is looking for any excuse to remove us from the front line, we have to be wise when dealing with such individuals. And we have to do this while still making an effective point to those who would follow in their treasonous footsteps. So not only do we cut the snake's head the fuck off, we split his body down the middle and open him up for the entire world to see and make a fucking example. I know y'all hating the hell out of me right now. Guess who doesn't care? Because the hunt is on for those of us who uncompromisingly follow the African way. They're hunting us down like goddamn dogs. Hunting us down like runaway slaves. Huh? I know they're coming for me. They've been too quiet. See, that's because I always expect my enemy to show up at my goddamn door because he's my enemy. And I understand this. So I gotta move and carry myself accordingly. I don't just be walking the fuck around here lollygagging like everything is just fucking hunky-dory. I understand I'm at war and I'm dealing with a psychotic ass enemy who wants my demise. And they've made it perfectly goddamn clear. They want me dead. And that's okay, Mr. White Man. Because guess what? The feeling is fucking mutual, buddy. Not here to play with you. I'm here to give you this truth, whether you like it or not. We have to use our common sense when correcting those who consistently and willfully, listen to the key words, consistently and willfully betray us. It should be left up to the warrior's discretion and the opportunities available as to how to deal with a known traitor. However, it should go without saying that whatever the options or opportunities, traitors must be fucking dealt with. No people can successfully move towards sovereignty with traitors in the cipher. All of this to say, whenever possible, whatever possible, it must be done. It must be accomplished without endangering the warrior's future contribution to our nation-building effort. It makes no sense for an African nationalist to remove one useless traitor only to be taken out of the action, allowing many more traitors to become more effective without the nationalist presence. So regardless of how we deal with them, we remember these traitors for as long as they live. However, if, and we do mean if, reason is found to accept a former traitor into the African nationalist community, any repentant traitors would always be kept far away from our centers of power. These motherfuckers are to never be trusted. So if you ask me if your ass can come back, hell no, nigga. You're lucky your fucking head is still connected at these 2 points. Black motherfucking power. I love you more than you hate your black self.